this is an accusation that people throw at you, and then it's your responsibility to issue an apology for something you've never even encountered in your life, and then to defend yourself. And even we got a lot of messages saying, well, now you should donate money to any of the Black Lives Matter causes. And that to me is extortion.
Hey, I'm Dave Rubin, and it's Small Business Week here on the Rubin Report. Joining me today is Anna Beaven, co-owner of Cuchara Restaurant in Houston, Texas. Anna, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, my pleasure. I'm glad to have you because I wanted to have someone in the restaurant business because I think you guys are dealing with some seriously unique problems. So first off, just tell us a little bit about why you started Cuchara, how long have you guys been in business, and then you've done some super interesting things during lockdown to stay successful. So I want to get into that as well.
Perfect. Well, the restaurant is going to be 8 years old this September. The concept behind it is every time I go to Mexico, I crave my grandmother's food, my aunt's food. I don't crave a chef food. So that's a concept. We have all female staff in the kitchen. They're all moms from Mexico. They all cook from heart. They have so much passion and they care for fresh ingredients and they're crazy for that. So basically they arrive, they cook traditional recipes without any twists, and then they go home. That's the principle. That's how I always wanted it to be, an all female kitchen to bring really the flavors of the Mexican food that I grew up with. So that's how it all started. Our anniversary is September 15, which is Mexico's independence, very not known for many Americans, but that is Mexican independence, September 15. So if we can, we'll plan to have a big celebration this year again. Hopefully all this COVID thing will be gone by then. And basically the concept for the restaurant, besides fresh food and females, is to also bring culture, like Mexican celebrations to Houston, so people can understand and see what Mexico truly is about. During the COVID-19, of course, we were forced to close our dining room and patio. So we started, because people know that we do lots of different events and lots of different parties, we kind of wanted to bring those to their home. So we did classes online to play loteria and prepare cocktails, or to make tamales along with one of my cooks. We did a lot of different little events for regulars where we created like an ID on Facebook, so it was private just for them. We also did a YouTube channel, so we posted the tamales class or some other little things. We try to keep people engaged because we are in the middle of a very international, eclectic neighborhood, and we have a lot of clients. The majority, the ones that support us day by day, they're single. They come to the restaurant because they met new people from all over the world, new friends, and they felt that solitude of not being able to come to us as what they would usually do. So we try to stay in touch with them via Facebook or doing little events with them and creating different packages for them to pick up and learn how to make rice pudding or a salsa with a mortar. We did lots of cute little events so that people felt engaged and they could see the other regulars, at least if it was in a Zoom call.
So you started as a restaurateur and you became a YouTuber in the midst of coronavirus, basically.
No, I didn't really want it, but we had to.
And how has business been through making some of these changes?
You know, it was really challenging, but it worked. I mean, we cannot complain. Our sales were not as terrible as we thought they would be. In our minds, we never wanted anyone to have to be furloughed or for them to have to go get unemployment. We just really wanted to keep everyone in our staff. We love everyone in our staff. We have 52 employees, and I just didn't want to be suffering. We've been organized, so we didn't have to worry about it. We were able to do payroll even before the people came to our account. So everyone was grateful and thankful and happy to have a job, even though it was just very few hours per week compared to the long hours we're used to. But, you know, it worked fine. As I said, the sales were not that disappointing. And once we were allowed to reopen, then we started going up again. So I would say it affected us, but not as bad as we thought or as other fellow restaurateurs have suffered.
Yeah. Are you worried as a small business owner that even though you guys survived this one and you did some cool, fun things to make it through, that we could get a second wave, or there could just be some other thing that kind of puts you out again? And like all small business owners, you don't have a giant corporation that can kind of keep you afloat in these rough times.
Correct. Yeah, we're scared about, the city deciding to close us again. Right now, we're dealing with a lot of problems because of the social distancing. Some people tell you one thing, some people tell you another. There's really not a very good communication system with the government, with the rules and regulations we have to follow, which led us to like another big problem we have. They want us to keep 6 feet distance between tables, which we've done. So even if we're supposed to be open at 70%, it doesn't work for us because our restaurant is not huge. So by keeping the 6 feet distance, we are open at 50% capacity when we're very full and happy because of the distance. Following all the protests for George Floyd and whatnot, where social distance was totally irrelevant, my business partner made a comment on personal Facebook saying, well, I guess the social distancing is not enforced. So the mayor and the chief of police went to a parade and where nothing was enforced. And we started getting attacked because he called it a parade instead of a march, which is basically, I don't know, just a technicality that didn't mean anything. He could have used a soccer game, anything, just to prove that the government is not helping us with regulations. But this malicious person was sending his comment to all these activists, rappers, and all those people that are ready to jump at calling you a racist when you're not. So we started getting these, I guess, bombard comments and ugly, even death threats and people requesting that he would give an apology for being a racist. But he's like, no, I'm not going to give an apology because I'm not a racist. I've never been. Black friends of ours getting threats for being our friends. These really, truly became crazy, way more than the COVID-19 could have ever hurt us. It was this action of malicious people just pointing the finger and saying that my business partner is a racist, that he doesn't like blacks, that he doesn't like Mexicans, when we are all Mexican in the restaurant except for him. And just calling him ugly names like white supremacist, Ku Klux Klan member, when all he did was use the word parade, which was the word Reverend Lawson referred to in the event. This is a reverend that Floyd's family chose to speak, and he called it a parade.
Right, he called it a parade. So actually, I'm glad you transitioned into that, because we got hundreds of people that wanted to do Small Business Week, and obviously lots of restaurateurs that did some interesting things. But I thought this part of your story, when I read this, is the next level of all of this. That you guys, you survive through COVID, you do what you have to do, and then your business partner makes a completely absolutely fine statement. We can all debate the word parade or not, even though, as you're saying, the Reverend at the funeral actually said the word parade. But putting that aside, that now you're under a different type of attack, and literally thousands of messages, and I saw some of them, and death threats, and the rest of it. In many ways, I think you just sort of alluded to this. Do you view this as more of a danger as a small business person than the other stuff?
Definitely, because this is an accusation that people throw at you. And then it's your responsibility to issue an apology for something you've never even encountered in your life, and then to defend yourself. And even we got a lot of messages saying, well, now you should donate money to any of the Black Lives Matter causes. And that to me is extortion, because we're in no position to donating anything to anyone but our employees and just to survive and to keep the business running. But now we have all these special, really weird interests bugging us to try to make us donate to specific causes that we didn't even know existed, because, as again, in our minds, we've never been someone that could be accused of being a racist or a discriminator in any way or manner. So it is just frustrating. It's frustrating to see how many people stand behind coward people like that just use their keyboard as their weapon. They're in other states. They're not even people from Houston. They're people from Atlanta and people from California and people from Detroit and from whatever places that have never probably even been in Texas. And they dare jump and accuse us of being racist when we were not.
You and your business partner are standing up for it. And I promise you, I was supposed to be on a book tour and had to stop in Houston. So when we reschedule it, I will definitely have dinner with you guys. And now, just to close out, if I'm going to the restaurant in Houston, what am I having for dinner? Plan me the perfect meal. Tell me the perfect meal. Now, I know there's going to be a margarita there,
Yes.
but give me, what's the perfect meal that I would be having?
You're going to start with a fresh margarita. All our ingredients are fresh every single day. We don't freeze anything. So whatever you have is going to be amazing. But I would definitely make you try the crispy potato tacos, which we cover in a very spicy salsa that is very hard to make, even though it looks simple. You'll attest to the flavor. You'll probably have the pork tenderloin with mole. Our green mole is my favorite. It's my grandma's recipe. And I think that's, besides the bestseller, that's my favorite thing in the menu. You probably will try a few sides, like the shaved corn or the corn purees. And then a dessert. We have many different desserts, and I would recommend the cinco leches. Because
Cinco?
Do 5?
I've never heard of Cinco. I know there was Trace. I did not know that was even possible.
You will fall in love. It's delicious.
Wow, 2 extra leches. Okay. All right. Well, Anna, thank you so much. It's Cuchara Restaurant in Houston, Texas. I wish you guys a lot of luck. And don't worry, I promise you, if I know one thing, you will survive the mob and you guys will come out better on the other side.
Thank you so much.
If you're looking for more honest and thoughtful conversations about lifestyles instead of nonstop yelling, check out our lifestyle playlist. And if you want to watch full interviews on a variety of topics, check out our full episode playlist. They're both right over here. And to get notified of all future videos, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell.